الحمد لله رب العالمين يا رب. اللهم اجعل أول هذا النهار صلاحا وأوسطه فلاحا وآخره نجاحا. اللهم بلغنا مما يرضيك أعمالنا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله. سيدي أبا القاسم يا رسول الله، صل عليك الله يعلم الهدى. وأشهد أنك بلغت الرسالة وأديت الأمانة ونصحت الأمة وكشفت الغمة وجاهدت لله حق جهاده. عباد الله، يقول الله تبارك وتعالى في محكم تنزيله: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, I greet you all with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. All praise is due to Allah. We bear witness and we testify that there is no deity worthy of worship but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we bear witness and we testify that our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is Allah's messenger and his slave. All the salawat be upon our Prophet alayhi salatu salam, upon his noble family, his righteous companions, and all those who follow his path till the last day. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, if you remember last week, we started to talk a little bit about the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what does the mercy means in our religion, Islam. There are two things for you to remember. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran and He said, وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. My mercy encompasses everything. And number two, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. O Muhammad alayhi salatu salam, we have sent you nothing but mercy for all mankind. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the mercy in Islam, my dear brothers and sisters. If you remember, I said also, if you want to see the mercy in Islam, just look at the biography of our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That shows that what Allah has said in the Quran, we have sent you nothing but mercy to mankind. He has shown that in His actions. This is the beautiful religion. So mercy is core of Islam, my dear brothers and sisters. And our Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, he mentioned in many hadiths. One of them he said, Irhamu turhamu. Show mercy and you will be shown mercy. Forgive and Allah will forgive you. If we take just this statement, it's enough for us to talk all day long about the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and about the mercy of our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How do you think from one single man. This religion started with our Prophet ﷺ by himself. Imagine starting from one person, and now we have over 1.8 billion Muslims believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How did this happen? Because the Prophet ﷺ, he showed that mercy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired him. And now our religion, when we talk about Islam, wallahi sometimes, and I mentioned this maybe before, the Islam that we see in the Islamic books, in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and the Islam that we see in Muslims today, subhanAllah, is almost like complete two different things. Because if you read the Quran, and if you read the Hadith, and if we see the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and we see the behavior and the actions of Muslims today, they're completely two different things. Why? Because we don't go back. When we read the Quran, we don't reflect. The time has come that we read the Quran just like reading any other book. When we go and talk about our Prophet ﷺ, we show that on social media that we know something, but we don't reflect and we don't understand and we don't apply what we learn from his biography. And one of those things that we have learned is how our Prophet ﷺ showed mercy towards other people. And showing mercy, my dear brothers and sisters, is proof of faith, proof of Iman. Those people who have no mercy towards other people, those people whose hearts are like rock, like this, it shows that those people, they lack in faith. We have this because our Prophet ﷺ said, Allah does not show mercy to those who do not show mercy to other people. In another hadith, he said, those who show mercy will be shown mercy to the mercy by the merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Show mercy to those on earth, and He who is in the heavens will show mercy on you. Some people might say, just like the companions of the Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Rasulullah, we do show mercy, we show kindness towards our people, towards our companions, towards our family members. And our Prophet ﷺ replied by saying, it is not the compassion and mercy that any of you shows to his friend. It is the compassion and the mercy that you show to the people in general, whether you know them or you don't know them. We cannot be selective when it comes to showing mercy in Islam towards your neighbor. How do you think Islam has spread throughout the centuries, my dear brothers and sisters? You know, when people say that Islam was spread by sword and all those things, that is a lie. Islam was spread through kindness and through mercy. That Muslims were shown to non-Muslims, to the point that non-Muslims became interested to learn about this religion, Islam. We live in this country, and we are ambassadors of Islam in this country. And one of the ways to do da'wah, to call people to Islam, is through our actions, through our compassion and mercy towards other people, not just towards Muslims. You remember I said this before. If there is some kind of activity happening, feeding homeless, Melbourne's homeless, or there is something happening here in Australia, how many Muslims attend? Almost nobody. Why? Because they're not Muslims. So we are becoming selective. But if there's some fundraiser about a mosque or about a Muslim country, all of us participate and give, which is nothing wrong with that. But Islam teaches us to go beyond those borders, beyond that friendship thinking, and they're only our brothers. We're all mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all don't forget. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً to who? لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have sent you mercy not to Muslims only, not to your family, not to the Arabs, to all mankind. So if you want to practice the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, the way that he showed mercy and compassion, we have to look beyond our walls. This is the only way, my dear brothers and sisters. You know, a guy came to the Prophet ﷺ, a Bedouin. You know, a Bedouin is someone who hasn't been in towns and he didn't know much about civilization and all that. And he said something. He said, "Oh Allah, forgive me and Muhammad, but do not forgive anyone else." This Bedouin didn't know any better. In front of the Prophet he said, "Oh Allah, forgive me and forgive Muhammad but do not forgive anyone else." So he wants to limit that mercy, that forgiveness. And the Prophet replied, but in a nice way, gently. And he said, "You are limiting something that is very, very vast. So this mercy, this forgiveness shouldn't be just for me and you. We should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all Muslims, wherever they are." And you know, let me just tell you something, and imagine if we, or all of us, were in that kind of situation. Imagine us being in this mosque, and imagine the Prophet ﷺ being amongst us. A guy will come inside, let's say in this case a non-Muslim. He would come inside the mosque, not to pray, not to greet us, not to say anything good. He would go in that corner, and he would urinate inside the mosque. How would we behave? What do you think? We would start to insult him, maybe even, bash him, or God knows what would happen. The same thing happened during the time of our Prophet ﷺ. This Bedouin didn't know any better. He didn't know what the mosques are for. He said that he could urinate whatever he feels like. He went inside the mosque, not any mosque, the mosque of the Prophet ﷺ, in front of him and in front of other companions, and he urinated inside the mosque of the Prophet ﷺ. What do you think Prophet ﷺ did? What do you think he said to him? The same Bedouin who embraced Islam, later on he was asked, when you did that, what did the Prophet ﷺ say to you? What did he do to you? And his words were recorded. He said, "By my mother and father, be sacrificed for him." For the Prophet ﷺ, he did not scold or insult me. You know what he said? We do not urinate in these mosques. They were built for prayer and remembrance of Allah. That's all the Prophet, what he said to this man. And as a result, just showing this small kindness, this person embraced Islam. But this is not all. Prophet ﷺ, one of his companions, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was one of the imams during that time, and he was leading the prayer, and mashallah, he was reciting long surahs, and even though behind him were people who couldn't hold their wudu, their ablution, and after he finished, our Prophet ﷺ said to him, "Ya Mu'adh, are you putting these people to trial? Are you testing these people with your recitation of the Quran?" He said, it would have been better if you recited surahs that are shorter. Why? He said, for the old, the weak, and the needy pray behind you. Think, as imams, we have to think maybe that a baby is crying. Remember what the Prophet said? Praying, standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, I can see that baby is calling. It's calling their mother through the cry. So this is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the mercy of the Prophet alayhi salatu salam. And this is not all, my dear brothers. Even in the hereafter, we will see the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You remember, in one of the hadith of Prophet alayhi salatu salam said, he said, this man, he was destined to go to hellfire. He was destined to go to hellfire. As the angels were taking him to hellfire, he was screaming out loud. He said, oh Allah, I thought better of you. I was always reading Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah the most compassionate, the most merciful. I believed in your mercy, oh Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped the angels to send this man to hellfire. Only because he hoped in Allah's mercy. And as a result, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave him and he entered Jannah. This is mercy in Islam, my dear brothers and sisters. This is how we should behave towards our family members, number one, towards our community members, especially towards non-Muslims. We can easily judge one another. We can, we just started practicing Islam, or alhamdulillah, Allah has guided us, and now what? You have that ability to judge everyone else. You have that chance to say who goes to Jannah and who goes to Jahannam. No. Show them kindness. Read more about Islam, my dear brothers and sisters, and may Allah make me and all of you a reason so other people can embrace Islam through us. There's nothing better in Islam than someone would embrace Islam and you would be that reason, that cause. As the Prophet he said, he is better than red camels. In other words, it's better than this dunya and whatever is in it. It's better than all those jackpots if you win. Imagine. And all it takes sometimes is what? Is kindness, is sabr, is mercy. You remember Prophet ﷺ, while he was in Mecca, everyone was insulting him. Everyone was talking bad about him, those non-believers. And why they were talking bad about him? Because they didn't know him. They're talking bad about him because they've heard from other people that this man is doing this so-called prophet is doing that. And Prophet ﷺ, and this is very important, he saw this old lady carrying some bags. She was old. And Prophet ﷺ, he went to help her. Not because being a prophet. He didn't even mention to her who he was. And as he was helping her and walking together, this lady, being an old lady, he said, my son, have you heard of this man, so-called prophet Muhammad? Wallahi, this man is causing so much trouble, he's dividing our families. Some people believe in him, some people don't. And she was talking bad about the same person who is helping her. He never ever opened his mouth to say something. He was helping her. When they reached the destination, when she finished what she had to say, as a goodbye, Prophet ﷺ said, I am that man that you're talking about. I'm that man that you've heard from other people that he's bad, that he's this and he's that. On the spot, she said, La ilaha illallah wa ashhadu annaka Rasulullah. She embraced Islam. She said Shahada on the spot. This is how we can show Islam, the beauty of religion to other people, my dear brothers and sisters. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those that whatever we do it only for His sake. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those that we are good ambassadors of Islam in this country, to make us of those that we are reasons for everyone to understand the true meaning of Islam and to embrace Islam. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those that we are able to feed ourselves and our families with halal and to stay away from haram. Allah on the day of judgment, and will be able to drink from his howl. And whoever drinks from his howl will never be thirsty again. Oh Allah, make us of those in Rabbul Alameen. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه سيستغفر الله إنه هو الغفور